Hey gang, I'm Kool and this is episode 28 of the CBD Source podcast. Happy Hemp Day, gang. This is the CBD Source podcast, your source for all things CBD. Wow, it is beautiful here in the Hudson Valley. This week and this past weekend are supposed to be the peak leaf peeping season. I don't know if you guys ever heard of leaf peeping, but basically it's the week when all the trees are changing colors and the mountains are just like a beautiful canopy of yellows, orange, and red. So nice. When I lived in the city, I would come up to the Hudson Valley to pick apples, peep leaves, stay at an Airbnb, use someone else's hot tub. Now that I live here, we sort of take it for granted, but this weekend managed to take my girlfriend up to the top of Mohunk Mountain, drive around, get some beautiful views, take in some of that great fall air. Nothing's better than walking along a trail while the leaves are changing and falling around you. That canopy, gripping a warm apple cider or sipping on a pumpkin spice latte if you're a basic bitch. This weekend, I also fulfilled one of my yearly traditions, and maybe you might make this a yearly tradition too. I'm an eggnog-aholic. So in order to not drink eggnog the entire fall and winter season, I made a kind of mental rule for myself. The first time I see eggnog in a supermarket, there's a day when it just is on the shelves. It's like all year long, no eggnog, then all of a sudden, there it is. I have to buy the first eggnog of the season, and I will consume it within hours. I will drink it that night. So this weekend, I was at the supermarket, saw the first eggnog of the season. I think I bought Hood eggnog. The flavors are all slightly different, but man, I just chugged that thing. I think 3 big glasses over the course of the afternoon and night, and I was done. So basically, the way it goes for me is first eggnog of the season, polish that shit off in one sitting, in one night, and then I don't have eggnog again until Thanksgiving, and then I won't have eggnog again after that until Christmas Eve. So as long as I can keep on that schedule, I won't overdo it. I'll make little cheats here and there if I'm at somebody's house and they offer eggnog. I can't turn that down, but I'm just not going to buy eggnog, except for those 3 days, because if I don't limit myself like that, there's no stopping me. Eggnog will be basically my, I'll drink eggnog the way marathoners drink water. It's basically like, in my world, instead of the Kool-Aid man, it's the eggnog man. And every time I say, oh no, it's me busting through the wall, sloshing around with eggnog in my stomach, because that's how much eggnog I will consume. I have to definitely curb my eggnog enthusiasm. This year, though, I'm going to try to have Ryan make a CBD infused eggnog for the cannabis diet. Maybe something a little healthier, using sweetly stevia instead of sugar, something like that. Try to make it a little bit healthier and have that CBD angle, because why the hell not? Speaking of these seasonal drinks, this episode is going to be all about CBD infused beverages. In the last couple episodes, we met the good folks over at Juice Joint, ilovejuicejoint.com, who had the most delicious CBD infused juices. In this episode, we're going to start off with a little bit more of an adult CBD beverage. How about CBD cocktails from a bygone era? We're going to go on location in this episode to 2 places. First, earlier this summer, our cannabis diet chef Ryan and I drove over to Hudson, New York to visit the Hudson Standard, where we spoke to Emily Worthman about their CBD infused shrub. Basically, if you're hosting a Gatsby party and want to make some authentic, old-timey drinks the way they used to make them back in the day with bitters and shrubs, this is a newfangled 2019 spin on that, where you can have a CBD infused shrub. Very, very cool. What's a shrub? We're about to find out. The second half of the show, we're going to Vegas, baby. Where myself, Kool, and my parents, the Mystic Timber fam, Jorgy and Deb, hit up Nfused Nfused is the first CBD infusion cafe in Nevada. So Champ's trade show had just wrapped up. It was Saturday morning, and we went over there to get our CBD coffee on. You'll listen to us taste test CBD cappuccinos, a one-of-a-kind CBD smoothie, and some CBD infused ice cream. But first, gang, let's fire up the DeLorean to 88 miles per hour and Canaba dive our taste buds back to the past.
Gang, you're listening to the CBD Source podcast.
So we're in Hudson, New York. This is the Hudson Standard. Sitting here with Emily Worthman.
Hello.
From the Hudson Standard. And what do you guys make?
So, we make apple cider vinegar syrups, fruit-based syrups called Shrubs. You can also call them a drinking vinegar. They're a sweet tart syrup that's made from a blend of, we use organic non-GMO apple cider vinegar, real fruit, and organic non-GMO sweetener, whether it's honey, maple syrup, or organic non-GMO cane sugar.
Nice.
But we try to make these really delicious syrups that are hearkening back to another time when people used to make shrubs on the farm to preserve their fruit.
Nice. Yeah, it reminds me of like egg creams or something. It's like an old school drink, you know, like we're really doing an old timey kind of tasting here of CBD in something that's old. Like there's never been a CBD in a shrub. That's a new, you're taking a new spin on an old drink.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely a new concept. People have not really done this too much before. There are other shrub makers that are using CBD, especially in like Colorado, where just all forms of cannabis are legal.
Right.
Like Dram Apothecary, we're very fond of. They also make a CBD drink, but ours, we're currently making this, and we are working on a ready to drink currently.
Oh, nice.
No pun intended.
Where do you get your maple syrup and stuff? Is that all local? Hudson Valley?
We found a source. I can't remember the name of their farm, but we found a really lovely woman when we were working at a particular market, and she sold us. It's no longer called Grade B. I think that's sort of the outdated term for it, but she sold us the very dark, very like rich maple syrup.
Oh, I love that.
Super delicious.
Have you ever heard of that diet where you do like the
cayenne
and Grade B? Oh God.
Yeah.
I can't eat cayenne because I tried that once and it just
It's
ripped me up. It ripped me up.
And we create a particular shrub that has turmeric, cayenne, peppercorn, ginger, and honey. And we were considering, it's our spicy turmeric switchel. And it's probably our most popular, our strawberry rhubarb and our spicy turmeric switchel are probably our most popular non-CBD shrubs. And we did try to put CBD into our spicy turmeric because it was it's so popular. We decided to try to marry the two,
right.
But we found that we found that the turmeric and also the CBD were kind of clumping and falling to the bottom of the bottle, and we took our bottle to the chemist at Hudson Hemp, where we get our CBD, and we asked her. We had no idea why it was doing that, and she said turmeric is a binding agent. It actually binds with other compounds and will drop and sink. And so we decided not to do it in that one.
There's the answer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, CBD likes to bind to the fats and things like that. So you get your CBD from Hudson Hemp, you said? Is it an isolate or is it like a full spectrum CBD?
We use isolate, and we do use distillate. We used distillate in our mellow currant shrub, and we used terpenes as well, because we found that we used isolate in the watermelon chill shrub, which is watermelon, peppermint, rose, and CBD isolate.
Oh, that sounds fucking delicious.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah,
I can't wait to try it.
It's really good on like a hot summer's day. It's super hydrating and just it really mellows you out. So we
today. It's nice and hot.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna get toasty.
Right.
So we when we started with the watermelon chill flavor. Hudson Hemp is a recently occurring hemp business. It's organic. It's actually regenerative. It's a step above sustainability. They're actually leaving the land in better condition than when they found it. And so it's where
are they based out of?
They're in Livingston, New York. So they're about 10 minutes outside of town. So we're getting it super locally.
Wow.
We know the farmers. We know the plants. We've met the plants. There's just like everyone's super happy and just like waves and smiles at you when you enter. It seems sort of like the best cult
they grow
ever.
The hemp on site? Wow, that's great.
And their plants are beautiful. They've had a number. You should definitely follow their Instagram.
Yeah, I got to go there.
And they have some really amazing people that they're working with. And so they started, and they're backed by the Rockefellers. And so they started this business, and we thought that would be like a really amazing opportunity to try to partner with them and showcase all of this amazing bounty in the Hudson Valley.
Definitely. Yeah, they must have got in under the pilot program or something, because it's so new in New York.
I think they did. Their people, I think, were very connected with the state, and so they just did everything that they were supposed to do, and they consequently have this very beautiful farm.
That's awesome.
And so we get our isolate from there, and we bought our watermelon juice. We actually bought watermelons. I think it was like 1,000 pounds of watermelon.
Wow.
And we juiced it all, chopped all of the 1,000 pounds with knives on
all
cutting
in this
boards.
Room?
Yeah, all in this room. We used a Vitamix and had to strain it. It was very labor intensive.
It's a lot of green husk to just chuck.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Compost,
yeah.
I take it to my parents' place. We still have compost buckets outside. And I when we first started out, we didn't have a place to take it, but Marianne and I are both very environmentally minded and try to be as conscientious as we can in all of our processes. So
that's great.
I just started. I called my parents. Was like, "Hey, you guys don't mind if I just, they live in Woodstock, and so I could just chuck it into their woods. They have a whole compost pile area. So we
watermelon fields.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, I don't think we got any of the seeds intact because we might have started, a little watermelon farm of our own.
Right.
But so that was the first flavor that came to fruition, which was really positively received. I think it was last September or October, we unveiled it at Field and Supply, the market called Field and Supply at the Hutton Brickyards in Kingston.
Cool.
And people were just just give me that.
Well, I want to be pleasantly surprised by it myself.
Do you want to try it?
My taste buds are come on, give me some watermelon.
All right.
I need some CBD. I need to re-up. All right. So what is that? You've just got a decanter full of, what is that?
It's just soda water, just seltzer.
Okay.
So originally, Shrubs were sort of known as Haymaker's Punch. They were known as a really hydrating beverage. Vinegar is very hydrating. And so you would take your fruit from the farm. If it was getting very ripe, you'd put it in vinegar that would preserve it, sweeten it up. You had this delicious syrup that you could then add to, later cocktails, but initially they just added it to water. And it also helped make water potable.
My mouth is watering.
Yes, exactly. No pun intended.
You're getting me thirsty. I want to try this.
Yeah. So this is the watermelon chill shrub. It's very tasty. And
cool.
Shrubs they're a syrup. They're a concentrate. So you do not drink right out of the bottle. I mean, some people do, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's about a 1-to-7 ratio. 1 ounce of shrub for every 7 to 8 ounces of seltzer or water. You can use hot water or cold water.
We're drinking it out of these hipster ball glasses. This is the glasses that you can jam in or something. Preserves.
Oh yeah.
All right. So cheers.
Salud.
Yeah.
To your health.
All right. I'm going to try this. I do taste the watermelon. That was actually chopped up right here. That's amazing. I feel like I've come to the source, where this is made.
Oh yeah.
The same room.
We're 4 women in a kitchen. Yeah. A very small operation and very familial. And so just and we're oftentimes, our objective is to showcase the bounty of the Hudson Valley.
Oh, that's great.
So we're working with fruits and plants and things that really grow around here. At least we're trying to do that.
Yeah. I love spotlighting, places that are trying to incorporate CBD in the Hudson Valley. And this is great that you guys are doing this. I'm going to take another sip. You said it's good over ice too?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do you have some ice?
I wish we had some more.
Oh no.
I think the girls did not fill up the ice trays, unfortunately.
Okay.
But next time.
This is good though. It's got a really crisp taste. I can taste that really. It's interesting.
Shrubs are a lot of people, you can add them to a cocktail as well. It's sort of it's almost like a detox retox cocktail. So we call it a better for you cocktail because they're just made with really high quality ingredients. We made a really amazing sort of margarita out of the watermelon chill called the Very Jolly Ranchero that people were very positively responding to when we first unveiled it. But yeah, it's just like a very lovely mixer, but also a lot of people who don't drink really like Shrubs because they're completely non-alcoholic. You can add them to a cocktail if you'd like, but a lot of bars actually in the area serve our CBD shrub as just a soda, and that can be a temperance drink, but still be very like relaxing and chill. So people can feel like they're having a cocktail, but they're not. They're just getting really hydrated.
A CBD mocktail.
Exactly.
Nice. Excuse me while I go in for more sips on this.
Me as well.
Considering we're going to be trying the other stuff, I want to like polish this off.
I might need to go get
Ryan?
more vessels.
Yeah, maybe. Ryan, do you want to try any of this?
I'll try it afterwards.
Okay. It's good. You know, it's funny because I don't really like tonic water by itself or a seltzer, but with this in it, it is good. I can't stop drinking it.
You're going to be, like very hydrated and very relaxed.
So how many milligrams of CBD are in each of these bottles?
There's 120 milligrams per bottle, and we do recommend that you shake well because the CBD, especially with the watermelon, is suspended in the liquid. The isolate is suspended, so it might settle. And so we just, and also the fruit just tends to settle too. So we just recommend for a full holistic experience, give it a good shake.
Yeah, tinctures are the same. You shake the tincture before you do it.
And it's kind of fun. You give it some love first and state your intention. Not to get too hippy dippy. There's 120 milligrams per bottle, and we have a little bit more in the bitters, our hops and hemp bitters.
And that's a smaller bottle too.
It's a smaller bottle. It's 2 ounces. There's 300 milligrams of distillate in there, so it's broad spectrum. And it has a bit more of the cannabis flavor to it. We use organic, non-GMO cane alcohol, so it's gluten-free. There's 3 different types of Hudson Valley hops in here. And I actually deflowered the hops myself. Wow. Yeah. My hands got all shredded up. I did not realize how sharp hops was, which was really interesting.
I've seen them like at a brewery or something, just like hanging
growing,
in vines. Yeah.
Looking very pastoral.
Never actually tried to rip
pretty.
them up myself.
Oh my gosh. It's like little needles. The flowers we used Chinook, Tea Maker, and Cascade hops. The Chinook hops they were very large flowers, and when I was processing them, it was really interesting. I have previously was working in California, and I've trimmed before, so I'm very familiar with marijuana, cannabis as well.
You trimmed weed.
And so exactly. And what I noticed when I was processing the hops was that it was covered in this very sticky, almost like
a resin?
Crystal resins. Yeah, that smelled really potent. And I was just like, what is this? This is amazing. This reminds me so much of marijuana.
Right.
And I found out that actually hops and marijuana or cannabis are close cousins, that they're actually related. And so their flavors blend really nicely together.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So the hops and hemp bitters, they have 300 milligrams of CBD distillate. And so it has a bit more of a cannabis flavor. You get the hops in there. And we also use a little bit of bitter orange peel as the bittering agent.
Nice. A little zest.
Yeah, exactly. And so those are really tasty. They're very bitter and earthy. So they're bitters are like a very good tummy tonic. But they also act as a flavor enhancer. Well, just a fun fact is that with bitters, the reason why they act as a flavor enhancer, a lot of bartenders call it the salt of a cocktail. It enhances flavor because evolutionarily humans have developed a strong reaction to anything bitter because a lot of poisons are bitter, but also a lot of good things like broccoli rabe. A lot of good things are bitter. And so our brain goes into high alert whenever we taste something bitter. And so consequently, we taste everything better.
Wow.
So if you put a good bitter thing that's not poison into a beverage, it kind of ties it all together and it enhances all of the flavors in the beverage.
That is a fun fact. I love anything that triggers your like reptilian ancient brain.
Oh yeah, lizard brain for sure. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like we stopped on the way here at a Stewart's just to get some food before we were tasting the CBD. And there were these like bright red hot dogs. Like, what the hell is that about? But like, I don't know if you've ever heard of like, that's why stop signs are red. It's a trigger. It's an instant trigger. Cause like our ancient caveman brains, if you saw red, which there wasn't much of in the wild, unless someone was bleeding. And it's like, well, this is time to either run the fuck away because a saber-toothed tiger is attacking the tribe or fight. Or
snarf.
What's snarf?
Oh, eat. But snarf very, very intensely.
Right. We've killed something and now we're going to eat.
Devour.
Yeah. So it has that instant trigger. Like that's why the stop signs are like that bright red. So you can instantly see them. Bitters right on your tongue. It's a different type of,
High
trigger.
alert.
Yeah. So I want to get this trigger now. Let's try it.
You want to try some?
Let me chug this watermelon now.
Sure. We usually, for the bitters, the best way to try it, I find, and you can kind of see the globules of CBD in there. Yeah, it's actually like really.
So it looks like a 2-ounce tincture bottle, and she's taking the dropper out,
good shake.
shaking it up. It does look like you can see some hemp on there.
And
or
usually,
something. Okay.
Usually I just do a couple of drops on the back of the hand. That's how bartenders tend to taste it.
Cool, let me try.
But it's almost like we call it our IPA bitters.
All right, I got it in my hand here.
And you will notice like
Whoa.
really strong flavor. You're only using a couple of drops in either a cocktail or I love it as a post-lunch digestive aid. It just like facilitates it. Bitters stimulate your liver and promote peristalsis, and your liver then produces bile, and which helps like move things along. So you actually like it really helps you after a meal.
It's such a like outstanding taste that's like hard to compare it to other things. Like I can taste a little of the orange peel in there, but wow.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to place it, you know?
There's a lot going on. I like to combine the two. I'll actually either make like a mellow currant or a watermelon chill soda and then just top this off. But I can't do it like if I have to, like usually when I'm like packing and shipping and stuff like that, because I do get really like mellowed out and chill. And so if I'm writing emails in the afternoon and I'm just like staring at a screen, I kind of ixnay the bitters, especially the broad spectrum. I'll just usually like sip on a CBD soda all day.
Well, if it's 300 milligrams and it's 2 fluid ounces, 300 divided by like each pull out of that is probably
like 5 to 10 milligrams, I believe, something along those lines.
Is it?
I think so. I think that's what we did the math. And I think that each one of these, I think 3 droppers full is 15 milligrams.
Okay. So it's really not that much, especially if you're only doing a couple drops of it,
But I'm definitely sensitive to it for sure. I've found and some people are not. I've definitely noticed, we had a, really great guy who worked here previously. He was delightful, but he did smoke marijuana, and he stopped like midway through, I would say, and stopped smoking like midway through his not shift but like his time here, and he noticed right away that he was way more sensitive to it because he wasn't smoking like that form of cannabis anymore. And so he noticed that his sensitivity spiked. He was just like, oh yeah, I feel it a lot more.
Wow.
Because previously he wasn't really
Ryan,
sensitive.
that might be your deal. Because he stopped smoking weed like 2 months ago, and
really?
he takes CBD every day, and it's really helping him out a lot. So
yeah, it's like, I think that just your threshold is just quite a bit higher if you're constantly like taking it in. But if you're not and you're only partaking like every once in a while, then I feel like it immediately affects you. Like I feel it now.
That's great. Is there any other way to take that, or is it just you're taking it as a tincture?
You can take it as a tincture. You could put it in seltzer if you wanted. It's like my dad will actually put this in his beer. He'll add and it really helps him. He likes IPAs, so he'll just add a few.
I could see that working in a beer.
Works great.
It's a very interesting taste. Ryan, you want to give this taste a shot? I want to hear your feedback, audio feedback of it. Yeah. Here, I'll hold the camera. Yeah, give this a shot and then pull up to the mic.
There you go.
It's a very unique taste. That's why I want to see what you think.
I don't know. It tastes good. But
it's a strange taste, isn't it?
I could taste the orange.
You can.
Definitely taste. It's like I took it and just bit into the orange peel.
A lot of volatile.
It's good. I can taste it in an IPA though. Yes.
Yeah.
That is my beer of choice. So that's good. That's good stuff. Yeah, definitely.
It's funny because I think what's happening in our taste buds are trying to grasp for a taste that's familiar, because shrub is so unfamiliar to what we're into. So it's like I get the orange. I can sense the orange, even if it's the smallest part. We can taste it because that's something that our taste buds are familiar with. You know, all these taste buds that are getting activated to stuff we've never had before. So that's a really interesting taste. Very cool.
So it's interesting because flavors and smells are so closely related to the memory part of the brain, and
sure.
so a lot
we
of the
talk
time,
about that all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So it sort of stimulates your memories, and so I think that when people try it, they're trying to, and it is kind of a new blend of flavors like vinegar and watermelon. Like a lot of people don't really partake in that on a daily basis. And so when you're trying that for the first time, it's sort of really, you're trying to grasp and come up with a memory and fulfill a memory.
A sense memory, yeah. It makes, like we talk a lot about, like when you smell something or taste something that you've tasted years ago, it sort of time travels you, you know, like your inner, like your inner sense of taste goes back and takes you back to that other time, and you sense yourself as a kid doing it or whatever it happened. And you know, it's funny because this is the first time I'm trying this. Like the next time I try this, I'm going to think of this, us doing this, because that'll be the initial like
introduction.
It's the first part of the chain of all the times you do it in your life. You know?
Yeah. And I think it's because the olfactory, which is the smelling sense part of your brain, is really closely located near the memory part of the brain. And so that is why, so olfactory really stimulates memories because those same neurons are firing.
I wonder if having cannabinoids involved in like sparking our endocannabinoid system at the same time kind of like is doing something even further that we don't know, you know?
It's very possible.
So let's try, you have another one there.
Mellow currant, here we go.
Yeah, what is this?
So this is the mellow currant. We loved our watermelon chill, but we find that watermelon, a lot of people aren't craving watermelon in fall, winter.
Oh yeah, no.
And so people still really responded to it and still do really like it, but we found that we wanted to have like a deeper, more resonant sort of more intense kind of flavor, and that people could kind of get behind around holiday time. People still liked the watermelon and still responded to it, and people do like this one, the mellow currant in the summertime, but we found that it's like more deeper and intense, and not everybody likes watermelon. It can be a polarizing flavor, so we wanted to provide
You throw watermelon
options.
in a wine cooler and you're good to go.
Oh yeah, I'm a watermelon nut, so I
Look at that.
yeah.
It's very, very dark, rich color. This is a red color, like a maroon or like a very
like
deep wine. Yeah, like a deep Merlot or something.
And we do recommend that as like a wine alternative. You can just add it to cold water.
So she just added the seltzer to this. What is it called?
Mellow
currant. All right. It's a drinking vinegar, it says on it. And it has a little hemp silhouette there on the label.
Yeah, I think people really respond to that, the visual of it, because they see that, they see the cannabis leaf and they're just like, ooh, what's
Probably
that?
a lot of people are like, is this going to get me high?
Yeah. That was actually my first response to CBD. I was actually, when I was working in a restaurant, in a fairly like high stress restaurant, and I had a terrible headache and a tension headache, and my upper back was hurting me, and I was really dreading my shift. And, I mentioned this to one of my coworkers, and she said, here, take a pull off of this. And she had a vape pen, and it was just CBD oil.
Right.
And I was like, I can't be high right now. I was like, that will ruin everything if I get high. And she said, no, that's not what it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would not be able to function. And so she said, no, it's fine. Just, and CBD, it's so interesting because it wasn't like I got a feeling like, ooh, like people think of marijuana and they kind of associate it with that, and they think that you'll feel this feeling. But what I just noticed was I was going along and I was like, oh, my headache is gone, and I feel really relaxed. But I can still function and perform all of my basic activities without sort of feeling brain dead.
Exactly.
And so a lot of people are like, what does it feel like? And I'm like, well, it just sort of, the best way that I can describe it, and I think the New York Times described it this way, but they said it's like a full body massage on a molecular level. Huh. And I think that is one of the best descriptions of CBD that I've ever experienced. It just takes the edge off, just shaves down those pointy edges of existence.
Sure. Yeah, lubes you up, lubes up the joints, all that
Literally,
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this morning, Ryan can attest to it. Like my right shoulder was killing me. I threw some CBD balm on there.
The
and
best.
It didn't do everything, but now that I'm drinking this, I'm like, I don't feel anything. Like seriously, full range of motion is back.
I'm a big fan of like tag teaming it with internal and external. So a lot of people are like, oh, should I take this if like my shoulder hurts? I'm like, yes, absolutely. Enjoy this. This is a really fun, playful way of getting CBD into your life. But also, I would say using a localized external form is also excellent. You can just
whatever the sore part is, just rub it in.
Totally tackle it. So it can be like internal and fully systemic while also localized.
Sure. All right. I'm staring at this delicious looking concoction.
Matches your hat.
It does.
It matches you very well, actually.
Take a still. All right. I'm going to try this. You don't have one? Oh, you still got some.
Oh, yeah. I'm still working on my watermelon. That's my homie right there.
It's good. What am I tasting here?
Those are black currants, which are grown actually right around here by a really great farm operated by Greg Quinn, I believe, Crop Farms, Crop Farm is the name of his farm. It's down in Dutchess County. I go and pick up the product, the actual black currants from him directly.
What are black currants?
They are they almost look like a little blueberry. They are a very tart, astringent, like superfood berry that are just loaded with antioxidants and vitamin C. They're very tart. And for a long time, they were actually illegal to grow in the state of New York because previously, I believe it was some sort of mildew or fungus was growing on them decades ago.
Right.
And so they were outlawed, and Greg Quinn kind of lobbied the government and was like, no, they're actually safe again. And he started, I believe his operation is one of the largest operations in America. But he has just this like beautiful, very bucolic, gorgeous pastoral farm. Out in Dutchess County that is a joy to go visit, and he's an avid ornithologist. So while I'm picking up the black currants, he'll tell me about the varying birds that we're seeing, and so it's really, really lovely. We have this very like emotional and actual genuine connection with a lot of the people growing our fruit.
I love that. I love how in touch you are with nature and going straight to the farm and pulling it back. Very cool. And like you were saying with the watermelon, and that it's all done in with vinegars. Like this is what you could have done in like primitive times and like taken it overseas and like stored it on a boat and it would taste the same when you got there.
No more scurvy for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Why didn't they think of this?
I know. Those fools.
Right.
Yeah. And also it would help, wine and vinegar could help make water more potable, because water, if you think about it, back in only until recently, water was extremely dangerous to drink. People were constantly dying of cholera and diphtheria and all these horrible diseases.
Like the colonists all drank beer. They didn't drink water. Because
that fermentation process, the yeasts and those creatures were a lot safer and healthier for the gut than anything that you might find in water. And they didn't understand. I don't think they fully understood why it worked, but they just knew that it worked. So Roman soldiers, they were a bit poorer than the patricians, the higher echelon group of Rome, ancient Rome. And so Roman soldiers previously drank spoiled wine, which was called posca, and they would flavor it with different herbs and spices. And that was kind of an early shrub. And it was a lot safer to drink than water. So people were drinking, if you were wealthy, you drank wine. If you were poor, you drank vinegar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so drinking vinegars have been around for a very, very long time. I think ancient China had versions of drinking vinegars, and they knew that it was hydrating, and they knew that it was also safer to drink than water. And now we have safe water to drink, but recreationally, it's very enjoyable to still
I feel like I'm drinking back hundreds of generations right now. I keep sneaking sips while you're talking.
Yeah.
So
go for it, please.
Me.
No, please. Hydrate away. I've actually been tricked before by people. I think someone mixed our watermelon chill shrub with our spicy turmeric shrub. A spicy turmeric is the one that does not have CBD in it. And they mixed it with just some seltzer, and they gave it back to me and they said, here, try this. And I thought they had made me a cocktail. I said, is there booze in this? This tastes like I'm drinking a cocktail. And they were like, no, they tricked me with my own product. Like I thought I knew everything.
There's no alcohol in any of this stuff,
nope.
right?
Well, there's alcohol in bitters, but typically I do say if people just absolutely do not drink or cannot have alcohol, I say avoid the bitters because they do have alcohol, but you're using typically like 5 or 6 drops. So it's so negligible in a full glass of water. But if you just want to be safe, that's totally fine. But the vinegar is completely safe for children and anybody.
Right. Yeah, I first found out about you guys because my girlfriend is a bartender in High Falls, or was a bartender in High Falls.
Oh, cool.
And she ordered from you guys because I was starting this podcast, and she was like wanting to do a CBD infused drink there.
Yeah. Was it at the Egg's Nest?
No, it was at Kitchenette.
What?
But I don't think they ever got it off the ground, but she did order a couple. So I think we might have a bottle of it, but haven't broken it out yet.
Well, we'll give you a little recipe booklet.
Cool.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, thanks for showing me all your stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any questions for me? Is there anything that you would like to know further?
Yeah. So with the currents, it's 1 to 7, you said.
Yeah, I typically, and it's really, there's no exact science. Like I like mine a little bit stronger. Marianne likes hers a little bit more dilute. And so you can really, you can add 1 to 6, you can add 1 to 8 or 9. One of my favorite ways to drink it actually is in the summertime. I'm an avid hiker. So I actually forage some of the ingredients while I'm out hiking. So like our 3 pines is made from balsam fir, red spruce, and white pine that I forage while I'm in the Catskills trying to get my 3,500 club hiker membership.
What's the 3,500 club?
It's where you hike the 35 peaks over 3,500 feet in the Catskills.
Okay.
And so I'm most of the way there, but I just have to do the bushwhacks, which are like, don't have views. Well, they do have views, but they're not.
People save that for last because it's the shittiest.
Yeah, I know.
Peaks.
But if you were smart, you'd save all the easy ones with all the like awesome views for last. That'd be the most fun. But so, yeah, but I forage some of the ingredients, and also Catskill Mountain Spice Bush. I forage and a number of other ingredients. But
is that how you get your like pinene?
ooh, what's that? Pine?
Well, I mean, the terps of a pine tree is pinene. So like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There are a lot of different types of terps, like a lot of different vegetables and flowers and whatnot have terps.
So balsam fir, pinene is the
pinene, yeah.
Really?
When you walk into a forest and you smell pine smell, that's terpenes from the
favorite smell.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only perfume I wear is balsam fir essential oil, and people love it. Yeah, it's great.
My girlfriend loves it too.
It's so good. but yeah, so
you always get those Yankee candles with the
absolutely. Those essential oils. I have we have an essential oil diffuser here, and it not only keeps the gnats away, but it also just diffuses delicious essences everywhere. That's really nice.
What were the terpenes that you put into these? You said you did terpenes in there.
Oh yeah, it was just from the hemp plant. They're just hemp terpenes, and so they just were this. And you use so little. We have the tiniest little bottle. It's a 1 ounce bottle, I think, and I think we put 2 drops per gallon, and it is so potent. It's crazy. Like one drop is like pretty nuts, and then 2 drops is just like, if you hover, especially we're doing a hot fill because we do gently pasteurize it. Otherwise we'd have to keep it refrigerated. And so while we're pasteurizing it, Marianne will just sit there with a dropper bottle and 2 drops in every gallon pitcher as we're filling it up with funnels. And it's just the most intense, volatile, amazing cannabis smell. It's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do a whole episode on terpenes soon.
Cool.
Because there's a lot of different terpenes that you don't even think about. So, and a lot just in hemp. So we're going to break it down. But,
awesome. I'll have to listen to that one because I'd like to know more.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we're going to talk to some people who actually produce straight terpenes, probably the stuff that you buy.
Yeah, and we really love Hudson hemp. They're experimenting with various forms, and they did the isolate. I believe they're getting the some sort of device to break it down so that it's like on this crazy molecular level, and
nanoparticles.
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah, the nanoparticles. I think they're in right now investing in that technology.
Very cool.
But yeah, they're a very cool farm. We're very fond of them.
Awesome. We'll have to talk to them.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we've been looking for a local hemp farm to be able to go and explore.
10 minutes down the road.
Nice.
Google Hudson hemp. They're amazing. Their photography is amazing. Their plants and farm are absolutely gorgeous. So I would highly recommend getting in touch with them. We're very fond of them, and we love working with them.
Definitely will. And if you at home, gang, want to check out some CBD shrub, go to the hudsonstandard.com or thehudsonstandard.com. I think they own both. And you'll be able to score yourself some.
And I would highly recommend, if you enjoy cocktails, I would highly recommend making a margarita out of both of them, both of the shrubs.
Well, damn, why didn't we do that today?
I know, sorry.
I'm not driving.
There is a liquor store downstairs. We could.
Nice.
But yeah, they're both really excellent. My job here is to partially to create new cocktails with all of them. And
very cool.
Yeah, toss it in some hard cider, some champagne, or some tequila. It's very yummy.
Not bad.
Or just seltzer.
When we get our kitchen together, we'll have to have you come over and mix us up some cocktails.
Oh, yeah. And just as a side note, my dad loves to make barbecue sauce out of this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, well, he gets some free merch. So so he's made ribs barbecue sauce out of the mellow currant, and it is so good. So if you ever want to make CBD ribs,
Shit.
it's super good.
How does he do it? Does he have a recipe or something?
I believe it's, I need to actually get it from him. He definitely does. He does like some molasses, like brown sugar, Worcestershire sauce. I think like a little bit of ketchup and mustard, salt and pepper. He makes this amazing glaze. Yeah, I don't think he's done anything with the watermelon yet. That makes a great salad dressing though. But the mellow currant, it makes an awesome ribs barbecue sauce.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's a CBD we can use for the barbecue sauce, Ryan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Ryan says yes.
Yes.
Ryan's our chef. All right, great. Well, Emily, it was so fun talking to you. Thanks for hosting us and letting us try all your different flavors.
Absolutely. I'm so happy that you guys were able to come.
Definitely. Thank you for supporting CBD in the Hudson Valley.
Absolutely. Stand behind it 100%.
Great. We'll be right back.
CBD gang, we're looking for your weed man van stories. The typical weed man in van has many faces,
Space Cowboy,
Roach,
Filthy Frank,
many names, Scary Van Dam,
Creepy Casper,
Tired Tanner.
and many different types of vans. But everybody has met him, and everybody has a story. What spliff lord turned you to the dank side? We want to hear about your first experience with the wacky weed, the ganja, Miss Mary Jane. You know, trees, trees, trees. Give the show a call at 1-833-CBD-GANG. Tell us your story in 3 minutes or less, and we might play it on the show. Hell, one day we might animate it for our YouTube page. Yowza, it's dank AF in here. Someone's smoking the good stuff in the studio. We'll spray some Ozium and be right back with more of the CBD Source podcast.
So we've got this a segment on our show called Weed Man Van, where people tell the first time a story about the first time you smoked weed, or like one of the interesting times you smoked weed.
I was with this kid. I hit up my boy. I got it. We went back to your house. And bro, I just remember like we were so high, bro, that we were laughing for like literally like.
This was at my Upper Township house?
Yeah. Where were we at? Custer Hut. Caldwell and Custer Hut.
Oh, you're talking about the time at Ace Hardware in the back.
Yeah. That was the first day, but the next day after that, remember we were trying to roll a blunt, and none of us knew how to roll, so the fucking blunt was stale. So we pulled the blunt out, and I was the only one that knew how to roll, obviously. So I tried, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I faked it, and it was a big crack in the blunt, so it wouldn't even pull. So I picked up a leaf off the ground, licked it, and put it right on the blunt, and we smoked it, and we were high as shit, man. And that was one of the first times we ever got high, man. Made it work. Yeah. You know, one good thing about stoners are when we get high, we turn into inventors. You know what I mean? And,
nice, yo.
And that's our weed man van folktale for the day.
Weed man van.
Thanks for having
baby.
us.
Thanks, man.
Gang.
Thanks, guys. That's hilarious. You threw actual leaves into it. That's great. Good story. Thanks, guys.
The gang's all here. The CBD gang.
As I promised in the beginning, here's me and the Mystic Timber fam in Vegas, baby. We're here at Nfused LV in Vegas, and we're right next to, if you get this on camera, the pawn shop from Pawn Stars. So it's the little mall right across the street, or right across the parking lot from them, where there's Chumley's little tavern or whatever it is over here. There's other Pawn Stars related stuff, but if you turn over here, you'll see that this is where our CBD bar is. So let's test out some CBD infused drinks. How's it going? Good. I'm Kool. I kind of set this up ahead of time.
Yeah, I'm Sandra.
You feel me? Awesome.
I'm manager.
Cool. I want to try some of your CBD drinks.
What would you like to try? We have a little bit of everything right here on the wall. We have smoothies. We have ice cream. We have I could do espresso. I could do regular coffee. I could do sodas.
Is that like a cappuccino?
I could do a cappuccino.
Do you guys want CBD cappuccino?
All right. Let's try that. You want? Okay. How many shots would you like in there? We do them 10 milligrams a shot, and so most people do about 2 or 3.
That sounds good. 2 or 3 shots. Okay, so that's like 20 milligrams of CBD.
If you did 3, it'd be 30 milligrams. And
How many shots do you think? I think we could handle 3.
And it's through what's called Elixir through Loray's, and it's water soluble, doesn't smell or taste like anything, and it's naturally sugar free.
Great. Let's give it a shot. 3 shots. She said people usually do 2 or 3. So tell us a little bit about this place and how you got started here.
Back in October, it was kind of I think it started a little bit before that. I came on the scene in November, and we were just doing some like basic infusions of what we had and doing like, some instant coffee stuff. And then we kind of like, we want to upgrade our product a little bit. So we got some actual equipment for making espresso and making, really decent smoothies and things like that. And now we're doing ice cream.
Very cool.
Yeah, we're the first of its kind in the state of Nevada to do anything infused like this, as far as like drinks and things like that. And it's kind of, starting to catch on here pretty quickly. And we're kind of like in the touristy area, so we don't have like a complete set of locals yet, but a lot of the locals around here are starting to really notice and come by, and we have always new products going on. So.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I can't wait to try it because this is the first, so it's got to be like the first, the best. Let's give it a shot.
Yes, sir.
So how long does it take to make usually?
It just gives me a couple of minutes. I've got 1 portafilter, so I got that one that works. So it'll take me a few minutes to do 3 drinks.
Okay, great. Well, we'll wait. Thanks. Yeah, so we're about to try these cappuccinos. We've been drinking cappuccinos the whole time we've been in Vegas, so now it's time to try a CBD infused cappuccino. I'm here with the Mystic Timber fam. Bruce, Jorgensen, and Deb from Mystic Timber are going to be tasting these cappuccinos with me. So we'll see if they equal or are better than a normal cappuccino. And if, maybe afterwards, when the CBD starts taking effect, then you'll feel better about it. Might not be an instant thing, but, we'll see. All right, Deb, you ready to try your first CBD infused drink?
Yes, I am. I'm looking forward to it.
CBD infused cappuccino. Getting into this is the new craze of like coffee with CBD infusion.
Sounds great.
I wanted to try it in New York, but they just put a ban on infusing CBD in foods and drinks.
You're kidding me. Well, we're lucky we're in Vegas then, where we can try these things.
Exactly. Got to come to a town where everything's legal as far as hemp and marijuana.
Yeah.
So.
And here we go.
Here we go. We're gonna try this. Like, I already know it's not gonna get us high.
No.
But it is going to make you. Who knows? It'll make you feel more relaxed, supposedly. I don't know with the cappuccino counteracting it with, it's like caffeine and relaxation.
2 shots of CBD?
3 shots of CBD.
3? Okay.
But they're only 10 milligram shots, so it's 30 milligrams, which is like a normal
Dose.
A normal gummy's between like 10 and 25, depending on the gummy. So it's like a gummy and a gummy's foot, like a gummy foot barefoot or something.
Okay.
Or like a half a gummy head.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Well, cheers when it comes, all right? So, Jorgy from Mystic Timber, are you ready to try your first CBD-infused beverage?
Yes, I am.
I'm going to do some CBD-infused ice cream, too. Are you ready to handle that?
I'm interested in seeing how the first one goes.
Right. This is like the first CBD thing that I think he's ever had to take insulin for.
Yep, indeed.
Not diabetically friendly CBD ice cream, I don't think. But still worth trying.
Oh, it's worth it. Yeah. No, I can handle ice cream. We'll
all right, cool.
CBD is.
Nice. Let's try this CBD infusion at Nfused LV in Vegas.
I'm really interested in how it interacts with other medicinals.
Other medicinals. Someone's had some legal medicinals today, I think.
It's all good. All good.
Yeah.
We're about to have to go on a flight, so we need to be a little mellow for this.
So this CBD coffee will be like
very nice.
Half mellow, half caffeine.
Yes, half mellow, half caffeine. Should put us in a very nice place, hopefully.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
Now we'll be sleeping like babies. Wake up every half hour and cry.
What?
blends. Okay, this is espresso, milk, and CBD. There's no sugar or anything in it. It's just the espresso and the milk and the CBD.
I think I'm going to need some sugar. I can't do straight espresso.
You said it's very hot, and it is very hot. You can't drink too much.
We can wait on it a little bit.
As I said, I've always been curious about what actually makes the fragrance. You know, I wondered that since I was a kid. So it turns out it's terpenes.
Yeah, they broke down all the smells. Hold on. They broke down all the smells that you're getting from vegetables and fruit, and those are they have distinct sort of smell profiles for each terp.
It's delicious.
Does it taste just like a normal cappuccino, a regular cappuccino? Excellent cappuccino, and you get the added benefits of 30 milligrams of CBD per drink if you add those extra shots.
Infused.
I think it's psychosomatically kicking you harder than you thought. It's not really intoxicating, Mom. Yeah, it tastes just like a regular delicious cappuccino, so pretty good. If you want to get that extra CBD bit of wellness to your coffee, then come to Infused here in Vegas, right across from Pawn Stars, where there's a giant line of people waiting to go in to look at other people's pawned items. What? One man's trash is another man's reality show. Anyway. Can I come back in there and film you making something? We're gonna try ice cream too, I think.
It's a French custard, so it's a little less than soft serve consistency. That's really good.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. I'm gonna go back there when her employee comes back because she's cute, and she's gonna train her how to do it because she's new. All right, I'm gonna go see how they make these. I'm gonna have her make one for me. All right, you guys talk about the flight back. I'm gonna go check this out, how this works behind the scenes. How do I get in there?
Sorry, go ahead and come right around.
Okay, cool. Hi. So what's your name?
Hazel.
Hi, Hazel. I'm Kool. So we're gonna learn about how CBD infusion works here.
Right. Okay, so what drink would you like me to start on for you?
I don't know. You tell me, what's the complicated one? Are you going to give her a challenge or?
Well, I did the most challenging one, which was the cappuccino. She's actually really excellent at coming up with really, really cool ideas for Red Bull specials or smoothies. I think smoothies is probably her best thing. So if you want a really good drink, she's the girl to go to.
All right, let's try a smoothie.
Just a surprise smoothie, whatever I want?
Yeah, let's see what you can come up with. So do you often make drinks that people just suggest, or say surprise me with something energy drink?
We have a daily special, so if I come up with something or she comes up with something, we'll just put it as the daily special.
Okay, cool.
Today was easy. So we're getting a bunch of new supplies, and we're starting to work with one of the very, very, very best coffee roasters in the state. So they gave us some samples of some of their beans and stuff, and so we did some cold brew. So, that's kind of our favorite thing today. And we're it's simple, it was easy to do, and, so far people really, really love it. So it's very clean tasting. It's some of the best beans I've had in a long time, so.
Cool. I want to see what she's pulled out of that cold storage so far. What ingredients are we working with here?
You'll have to ask her. She's doing the surprise for you.
I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Am I infusing it?
Yeah, you're infusing it.
We have these really cool things. They're shooters. We have 3 flavors. We have peach tea, watermelon punch, and strawberry kiwi. And our kiwi strawberry is probably our most popular one, but people put them into their smoothies or a soda. I had a guy do a peach tea into his coffee. It was a little weird, but he liked it. He was it was so good. It's 25 milligrams of pure CBD oil with some flavor, and they're the equivalent of a 5-hour energy, and they're really, really, really amazing. So they cater to any situation you're in. You want to relax, take one of those. You want to be out and about. If you're drinking or you're gonna drink 1 or 2 of those. It'll help with hydration. And
can I see that? Can I see one of the bottles? Just show me. Oh, nice! It's got its own little display stand.
This is a out of order, sorry, but it has a nano-powered technology in there. So the way that they bioengineer their product, it helps to open your body's own natural healing process and everything like that on a molecular level. It kind of just like opens the door for your cells. It's a little easier to absorb and stuff like that. It's actually really, really cool. I love them. They're amazing.
Cool. I can't wait to try it out. Come over to Nfused LV.
We are in Pond Plaza, right next to the famous Golden Pond Stars guys. They're on the History Channel.
Right. Chumley and the other guys.
Cool. It's funny, like he'll come over and like sometimes he gets an Americano and people will like secretly film him like pouring creamer into his coffee. And I'm just like, does that ever get weird? He's like, after 10 years, you just get used to it. So.
Did the Pawn Stars guys infuse it or did they get it just straight coffee?
You know, he told me, I offer it to him all the time. And he's like, you know, I used to do it all the time. He's like, I just kind of laid off for a while. So he's like, I might try it though. So I think maybe one day I'll get him to do it. So we'll see though. He's a really cool cat though.
That's cool. How often do they really work there? Are they there a lot?
You know, I don't really ever see them. Like I said, I've been here since November and they were doing all kinds of filming. So I didn't really see them. Rick's upstairs, I think a few nights a week, with the bar and everything. He'll serve you drinks. Chum's over here. Let's see, like 3 or 4 days a week, and he's here sometimes for an hour, sometimes for 3 or 4 hours, and he's just, this is candy shop over there, so it's...
so he just works at the candy shop and greets his fans?
Yeah, like he'll open the door for you, he'll like 2 or 3 of them in, they I think they buy some candy, he'll take a picture with them, and, he'll do like shout outs with you, little videos and stuff.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he's pretty cool, he's very, very chill guy, and his brother helps him run it, so...
So if you want to come over and meet Chumley, have some candy, stop by here, get a smoothie on your way out, CBD Infused Smoothie. It sounds like a good day. Stand in line for the pawn shop, get a little tour of the set. Yeah. It's like if you're already there, why not get some CBD, all right, let's check this out. That's pretty loud. So the CBD's already in there? You mixed it?
I had already put the shooter in it, so it has the strawberry kiwi shooter in it. This is raspberry pineapple lemonade.
Raspberry pineapple lemonade, you said?
Yeah, this is a smoothie.
Oh, that sounds great. What would you say is a really popular drink here?
Definitely our smoothies. Cappuccinos are a big one. Now that we have like this really awesome custard ice cream, people are starting to like ask for that. But most definitely like our smoothies and just, coffees.
Is the CBD already infused in the ice cream or do you put it on after?
So what we can do is if they want it, we can put it in the bottom or I can do it, like a little bit halfway through because, our machine is it's kind of one of those like old school timey ones. And, the custard we have is the old French custard. So it doesn't come out quite the same consistency as like regular soft serve.
I love the taste of custard. I think
it's so good. Like it's perfectly creamy. And even when it melts, it's like it's just so good. So
if you live in a legal state, a blunt and custard is one of the best tastes that go together. It's so strange, but it really does. I never had custard until one day when I had a blunt and had custard in a legal state. That. I was like, I found the whatever the magic that's in a custard got unlocked by that blonde.
And what's really cool about CBD and THC is that they work together. A lot of people don't realize that. We had a lot of people like, I just want to get high, and I'm like, you know what? That's awesome. Like, there's plenty of places to do that. But what we can offer you is we have what our strain is. You smoke a little bit of that with a little bit of whatever you're going to get, and it's going to just give you a really clean high. It's going to make you feel really, really good and elated. And so, and they come back and they tell us, they're like, dude, yeah, that was right. That was good, And they're really
it's like an enhancement. A definite enhancement to THC.
Like sometimes, depending on what strain you choose to smoke or how you choose to ingest your THC, it can kind of limit the level of high that you have, but you're also going to get that natural euphoria from the CBD. So
looks like she's about to do some more blending here.
I just didn't want to do it while you were recording.
Wow, this is it's cool to be behind the scenes while they're making CBD infused products, the first place to infuse CBD into drinks and smoothies in Las Vegas. So we're at Nfused LV, and I'm about to try the CBD infused smoothie. All right. How often when people ask about things do they say what is CBD? Like they don't.
Pretty much almost every single person. Or we get people that come in and they're like, "Oh, I know all about it," and then they ask me a question and like, "Oh, I didn't know that," and I'm like, sometimes it's like very basic information, you know. And I'm still learning a lot about it. You know, I grew up in Alaska where it's very free flowing there with cannabis. And I actually started using a little bit of CBD, you know, to get off some medication I was on because I have an autoimmune disease. It causes a lot of pain, and I don't like taking medication if I don't have to. So that's kind of where I really got started with my CBD journey. And then, you know, I came out here, and I'm like, it's like some of the best products I've had are some that we sell, but also some that I've just discovered along the way. So I gotta get going on these real quick. Sorry. Occupancy 1 person, and like we make it work, but it's definitely like a 1 person.
Yeah, for real.
Smoothie, yes.
Smoothie complete.
So it has strawberry kiwi shooter in it, lemonade, raspberry, lemonade, and pineapple. A new invention, so we're seeing it for the first time too.
Okay, so we'll see. Trying it for the first time here. I'm giving it a shot. That is good. It tastes like I'm eating sherbet. Oh, that is really good. Like a pink lemonade sherbet. That's so delicious. Thank you for making that.
Yeah, of course.
Wow, really good. Thank you guys for showing me everything.
All right, thank you for hanging out with us. We really enjoyed meeting you, and really hope that you enjoyed all of our products and you got a little bit of cool information about us. Tell everybody to come see us. We are open 11 to 5 Wednesday through Friday and 10 to 5 on Saturday and Sunday. We're located at 725 South Las Vegas Boulevard. Come see us.
Yeah, and if you're in Vegas and you don't know anything about CBD, you can ask them and they'll be happy to tell you while you're drinking your CBD coffee and smoothies, all right? Thank you guys so much.
Oh, it's good tasting. Very nice, yeah.
Cool, so that's 3 thumbs up from the Mystic Timber fam and myself. Definitely, this is a good place to stop by and get some CBD infused drinks in your life while you're in Vegas. Safe place to do it, and it's right next to the Pawn Stars. So if you're a fan of the Pawn Stars, you can get a 2-for-1. See Pawn Stars. Fan of CBD and a fan of Pawn Stars, and you're in luck. All right, guys. Trying the custard, the CBD custard. What do you think, Deb?
It's like it's kind of like Dairy Queen.
Yeah, it's a traditional custard that you get in an ice cream shop. I love custard.
It tastes great.
There's caramel and chocolate in there, and the CBD infusion. Let me get some more of that action. You want to try this custard?
Try this, babe.
We're right at a reality show set. We're at the set of a reality show. Of course, people are going to be filming stuff.
All right. What kind is this?
It's French vanilla custard, I think. It's got chocolate in here.
We got chocolate. It's good.
Getting CBD to feel that CBD going into your bones. It's working its way through your digestive system.
TheCBDGang.com, the official subreddit for fans of the CBD Source podcast. Questions, answers, CBD gangsters, and karma, at sweet karma.
Gang's all here. The CBD Gang. Give the show a call at 1-833-223-4264. That's 1-833-CBD-GANG.
Such a great show. This has been a lot of fun. I'm glad we finally got to air these slightly older interviews. And that whole Vegas section was recorded before we even started this podcast. So we're talking March 2019. So I'm glad we finally got to air it. I know the mic quality probably wasn't as good. We've been upgrading all of our stuff since we've started this thing. And there was a lot of background music and stuff that obviously we couldn't air, so had to cut around that. Thanks to Emily from the Hudson Standard for inviting us in and showing us your kitchen, letting us taste all of your Kool products. She gave us one of every CBD product that they make, so Ryan will definitely be incorporating that within our Canaba Diet menus. Probably try to make that CBD barbecue sauce. Thank you also to the people from Nfused LV, Las Vegas's first CBD infusion coffee bar, Shake Shack, whatever you want to call it. A delicious little tiny hole in the wall that share a parking lot with the Pawn Stars.
Tasha and Anthony are joining me in the studio for the wrap-up.
What can a New Yorker or Pennsylvania, or I don't know if that's the word, someone who is in the New York, Pennsylvania area or willing to drive, what can they get from us at a CBD Source store if they wanted to get an infused CBD beverage? Tosh?
Hey gang, it's Tasha. So we have Sprig Soda, which contains 20 milligrams of CBD per can. And we have them in the flavors of citrus, melon, lemon, tea. We also have Fusion Water, which is CBD infused water with a total of 10 milligrams per bottle of CBD.
We have some coffees and teas. One of the company's Flower Power. We carry 3 varieties. Jamaican Blue Mountain, Early Morning Beignet, and New York House Blend.
Those are all CBD infused coffees, huh?
Yeah, man. So for the Flower Power coffee, you're getting 5 milligrams per cup and 60 milligrams per container.
Later in this episode, we'll hear me tasting some CBD coffee. Not that blend, some cappuccino, but
they're really good too. We have some tea if you're a tea drinker from Brothers Apothecary. These guys, it's a lot of CBD per tea bag, so you're getting 60 milligrams per bag.
Nice.
They have the Golden Dream flavor, Buddha Berry, and then Chai Awakening. And
Dude,
then,
I love chai. I want that chai.
too, man.
I didn't know we carried that. I think I'm going to start
fucking
waking up with some Chai Awakening.
Yeah, man. I just switched over to tea, and I love this stuff.
I love tea.
And then Green Roads, which I'm sure you guys all know and love, they have a 7 milligram tea bag and 250 milligram coffee. That would equate to around 6. If you're using like 2 scoops per cup, you'll get around 12 milligrams per cup.
Cool. So Green Roads makes coffee too. That's great. I want to talk about that Sprig because that's the one of these. All of these I've tasted. When we had our big launch party on 420, there was a whole table of samples of Sprig. There were the 3 flavors. What were the flavors again, Tosh?
I was running that table, and the flavors were citrus, melon, and lemon tea.
Yeah,
20 milligrams per can.
They were all really good. I remember we didn't have anything to drink really other than what I bought at a dollar store nearby. So I was drinking all of those. I kept going back for more samples to have with the pizza. It was like pizza and CBD soda. It was such a classic first meal for the podcast launch, I guess.
Just trying to keep yourself hydrated with anything you could get.
Yeah, and those are delicious flavors. They're really good. The melon is really good. Great. So if you listen to this episode and you get inspired to have some CBD drink of some kind, we do sell a bunch.
The Sprig melon is my favorite.
Citrus flavor and lemon tea flavor. Yeah, when I was down at the store in Middletown, the clerk was telling me there's a guy that comes in there like once a week and will buy as many that are refrigerated as possible. Like if any are in the fridge, he'll buy them all.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's awesome to hear that.
Because we keep some like outside of the fridge and then some go into the fridge.
Tell me about the guy who buys Sprig all the time.
He buys Sprig and he buys 4 or 5, sometimes even 10 a day.
That's weird. I wonder why he would only buy Do you think he was like...
Because he was probably pounding them that day.
I wonder. Huh.
But like always got whatever was there.
Refrigerated only, please.
Well, I mean, the soda tastes good, cool, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. For some reason, my girlfriend's been drinking soda warm now, though.
Yeah, my girlfriend does that too. It's fucking weird.
It's weird.
I actually just started drinking like seltzers and shit. And I see there's a few seltzer CBD sodas out there too. Maybe we'll get in on that.
Nice. Cool. That's like really healthy because you don't have the sugar and all that stuff.
I'll be honest, seltzer's kind of gross, man. I'm really training myself to enjoy that shit.
On you?
Not really, man. That's the bad part.
It's like adult soda, you know?
Yeah.
It's sort of like the adult version.
Ugh.
And it's not like over the top sweet. It's not like drinking an Orange Crush, like saturating your mouth with sweetness. It's like an adult sweet.
Yeah, they're pretty mellow. I would compare it to like one of those Pellegrino sodas where they're not it's not overly sweet, but it's good enough.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks for swinging in, guys. I just wanted to I don't know exactly what we carry, so you guys are more on top of that than me, and I wanted to let the gang know, like, if they're going to a CBD source, they can get something that's infused with CBD today.
Oh, yeah, today.
It's on shelves now.
Right now.
And tomorrow and next week. And if you're like that guy that just wants to keep coming back,
refrigerated only.
yeah. And if you're listening, dude, whoever you are in Middletown who keeps buying them all out, give us a call because I want to talk to you, man. You're like the spring king. 1-833-CBD gang. All right, let's get back to the show.
See you, gang.
Yeah, say goodbye.
Catch you later, gang.
All right. Thanks, guys. You can pick up some CBD infused beverages right here in New York and Pennsylvania at any of our CBD Source locations. You can find them on cbdsourcecenter.com, or we also have a list of them at the bottom of our website, cbdsourcepodcast.com. I still have a lot of other audio from when we were in Vegas. I'm sure we'll end up eventually throwing it in here and there. I know the sound quality is not as great as what we've got now, but it's cool to be able to hear little bits and pieces of when we were just starting out. If you do want to hear some more from Champs and Vegas, go back and listen to the initial first 3 episodes. I think there's a lot in there. I hope we infused a little CBD into your week, and I hope you join us back here next Wednesday for another episode of the CBD Source podcast. If you haven't yet subscribed to us on Reddit, jump on thecbdgang.com. It'll take you right to our subreddit, and Cass is actively posting and replying to comments on there. She is building up the karma, and she loves it. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast yet on whatever podcast listening app or service you listen to podcasts on, what are you waiting for? I originally was listening through the Play Music app on Android, and then recently I downloaded the Pocket Casts app, which I think was like $3 or $4, but it's a great app for listening to podcasts on an Android. And I know a lot of you gang are listening there. I think that's where I found it, because I just saw how many people were listening through Pocket Casts. On iPhone, a lot of people listen on Overcast. We've got listeners all over the world, gang. I think we're listened to regularly in 46 states now, and something like 30 countries. So we're getting out there. Like, we're in the top 5 and top 10 in all the CBD and cannabinoid related podcasts. So we're really growing fast. I love it. Bring your friends into the CBD gang. The more the merrier. I want to be able to hit as wide an audience as we can. If you think you'd be a great guest on the show, give us a call, 1-833-CBD-GANG. That's 1-833-223-4264. And tell us a little about yourself. You can also always drop an email to cbdsourcepodcast@gmail.com, and we'll CBD you next Wednesday.
Give the show a call at 1-833-223-4264. That's 1-833-CBD-GANG.
CBD Source Podcast is written, produced, and hosted by Kool. Graphic design, photo, and artwork by Ryan Weber, Johnny D, Kevin Bierfelt, Steve, and Kool. Marketing by Penny Spinazzola. Special thanks to our resident CBD guru, Akash Patel, our CBD Source Vape Lounge expert, Anthony Maltese, our C-Body Fitness instructor, Danny, our personal Cannabidiet CBD chef, Ryan Weber, our CBD News co-host and vocal artist, Tasha Miller, and our CBD Gang subreddit mod, social media maven, and wrap-up girl Cass. That's me. Additional thanks to Caitlin, Liz, Ryan, and Kevin for lending your vocal talents. Want to be a guest on the show? Or do you have a great Weed Man van story? Or a story about your craziest experience with the munchies? Call us at 1-833 CBD Gang. Again, that's 1-833-223-4264. And leave a message. We like your story, we might play it on the show. Visit us on CBDSourcePodcast.com for all your links to social media, YouTube, and our message board, r/CBD Gang on Reddit. Be sure to subscribe to the show on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you next week.
Podcast or its related social media pages and interactions are for informational purposes only. The CBD Source Podcast does not offer medical advice. Its host, Kool is not a medical professional. His experiences with cannabidiol and other cannabinoids are his own and may not affect you the same way. Everybody's endocannabinoid system is different. The statements made regarding CBD products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. The efficacy of these products and the testimonials made have not been confirmed by FDA-approved research. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. All information presented here is not meant as a substitute for or alternative to information from healthcare practitioners. Please consult your healthcare professional about potential interactions or other possible complications before using any product. The Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act requires this notice.
Do you like or want to try quality, third-party tested CBD? Do you live in the New York, Pennsylvania area? We got you covered, gang. Stop by any of our 8 convenient CBD Source locations. We currently have New York stores in Middletown, Geneseo, New Paltz, Syracuse, Troy, Albany, and Chatham. We also have one in Pittston, PA. We're growing more each month, so check in with CBDSourceCenter.com to find our addresses and new store locations. While you're there, sign up for our mailing list. We're adding new stores across New York and Pennsylvania all the time. We may soon be expanding to a town near you.
Want to score free CBD? Sign up for Loyal and Save online or on your phone and use it whenever you shop at CBD Source locations. You'll earn points towards free products and other cool merch. Sign up for free at CBDSourcePodcast.com/loyal. You can download the Loyal and Save app on iTunes or Google Play. That's our loyalty app. Call Help designed it. What is the worst thing that you've ever eaten, you've ever done for food, to get food while you had the munchies? I'd love to know that.
Oh, that's a great idea. What is the craziest munchies you've ever had? What is the biggest crave you've ever had? And the most disgusting thing you might have resorted to, like there's just nothing left in the fridge. You came upon some weed, didn't expect it, and didn't do that shop ahead of time to make sure you had something stocked and ready to go for that munchie crave. What did you end up eating? Because that is an interesting concept. Give us a call, 1-833-CBD-GANG. That's 1-833-CBD-GANG. The numbers are 223-4264. I want to hear from you.
And if you have ever eaten garbage, or I should say food out of the garbage while having the munchies, or any other crazy story, crazier story, or maybe a story that's not as crazy, just give us a call.
Did you get so high that you ate your dad's 40-year-old Twinkie collection?
No, I did not do that. And that's probably because I don't eat Twinkies. That's probably the only reason.
Did you at home get so high that you found your parents' wedding cake topper in the freezer, thawed that shit out and munched on it because you just had to have that cake?
But if I had one of those spare, just around, I would. I'd be like, sorry, Mom, that's going to just have to be for next anniversary.
Oh, God. I'm defrosting it. You're tough shit, man, and that thing is gone. Did you eat an entire roll of...
cookie dough.
Oh, yeah, just raw cookie dough.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely, that's something a lot of people probably had.
If you went to go make brownies and ate half the batter.
Oh, I bet that's something someone's done, for sure.
Or if you are deciding to eat your leftovers that are about a week old and you're not sure if they're still good, give us a call.
Right. Give us a call. What's the number, Tosh?
1-833-CBD-GANG. That's 1-833-CBD-GANG.
So when we recommend people who are trying CBD for the first time, you start low and then you titrate up. You slowly increase your dose over time. So
we like to say that, titrate up. It's kind of our catchphrase.
I like that. So you want me to say it?
Yeah.
Okay. Titrate up. Titrate up. Titrate up.
Nice.
Thank you for listening to the CBD Source podcast. This is how we CB do's it.